what Jesus has to say about trusting in Him for our daily bread. And we have a big Mother's Day weekend here in Colorado. All this coming up right now on Truth Matters. Hey everybody, welcome to Truth Matters. I'm Wayne Hanson, your host. I'm the pastor of Summit Church in Sedalia. If you don't have a good church family, I encourage you to come join us. If you live in the Denver metro area, we're at 4240 North Perry Park Road in Sedalia, Colorado, or join us online on my various social media platforms. We'd love to have you worshiping with us and joining us for Bible study each week. We just had a great Biker Sunday last Sunday, and we have a lot of great stuff coming up this summer in ministry. And I just want to say an early or preemptive happy Mother's Day out there to all you moms, especially happy Mother's Day to my own mother. And I'm so glad that you gave birth to us. And moms, you're not just birthing people, you're our mom, and that is so special. So I want to invite you to take up for your gender during these cultural wars. That your gender is under attack, and I am pro girl, I am pro woman, and I hope that you are too. So moms, we appreciate all your sacrifice raising kids and doing all the things that you do. It's so important. So anyway, Tucker Carlson has made a return, or is making a return to Twitter. I want you to see what he has to say here. We'll play his little 2-minute clip, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies, but most of the time that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No, I'm not. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year. What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess, it's guaranteed. Every person who works in English language media understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We bring some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
All right. Well, there it is. Tucker Carlson returning to Twitter. And I know a lot of conservative and Christian-oriented people probably are very happy and excited about that. And I want to just remind you that no matter who is in the mainstream or who is on air or taken off the air or what truth is out there, we stand on a truth that's unshakable. It's unflappable. It can't be taken away. We have God's word in our hearts. I want to look at what the Bible has to say about Jesus being the living truth or being the living way. Now let's look here in John chapter 6, verse 35. And here's what Jesus says. He's talking about, I am the bread of life. He says, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry again. Whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. You see, we have a truth that transcends culture. We have a truth that transcends time and eternity. We believe that truth has a name, and his name is Jesus Christ. And of course, we rejoice when the truth wins out. That's what 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter, talks about. And so I encourage you not to be discouraged, no matter who is for you or who's against you, or if you're having a great day or if you're having a bad day. You know, it's raining outside. It's kind of one of those rare Colorado days where it's foggy and rainy. I just got a tornado warning on the phone, so I don't want to go outside. Like, I kind of wanted to ride the motorcycle today. Can't do that. But you know what? God is still on the throne, and even when things aren't going my way, his truth prevails, and he still loves me, and he still loves you. A couple things going on this week I want to tell you about. If you are in Denver, we have begun a Christian Motorcycle Association chapter in Sedalia, Colorado, and this Thursday night at Bman's Barbecue in Sedalia. This is what Bman's looks like. We're having our first chapter meeting at 6 a.m. at Bman's in the meeting room in the back. And if you're interested in becoming a member of the Christian Motorcycles Association, we would love to have you come and just check out the meeting and see what we're all about. And we've got officers and a forming chapter right now in that group. And it's not just road bikes. It's not just cruisers. There's sport bikes. There's ATVs. There's dirt bikers. There's adventure off-roaders. And it's a great missions organization that helps equip gospel ministry around the world. So check out CMAUSA.org and you can learn more about the Christian Motorcycle Association. This weekend, of course, like I said before, we are celebrating Mother's Day. I've got a very special Mother's Day message for you moms. So make your plans to come and join us for Mother's Day this weekend. And do me this one more favor before you're gone here today. Share this link with a friend, on whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or my Instagram. Just share this everywhere, probably on Rumble as well. We would love to have your partnership in the ministry as we spread the good news of Jesus. And the whole vision of Truth Matters is to kind of fulfill Billy Graham's dream, where Billy Graham said, I want to preach the gospel with the newspaper in one hand and my Bible in the other. And so I want to take today's news and put it next to the good news and remind you of how good God truly is, to give you the great news every day. So God bless you guys. If you want to support the ministry, we appreciate that. But thanks for tuning in today to Truth Matters, and we'll see you next time.